Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
It's
Mindset Monday!
Mindset Monday!
Woo! Let's do this!
So Monday is our day to really get ready for the week and to start it off on the right foot. So
Deciding how we're going to show up for the week, no matter what's happening around us, we can choose. And it's very powerful.
Yeah. And speaking of choosing, this is going to be an amazing week.
Yes,
I'm so excited. This week's suture topic of this week is returning to the source.
And our mindset topic is train your brain.
Train your brain. So choosing to learn a few new things, choosing to use tools to improve our mindset, to improve how things go, to improve how we access life, because that positivity into the world will come back to you, right?
And when we're focused on more positive things happen.
Yes.
So choosing that and choosing to see the positive and see the lesson. So what's the quote?
Oh, the quote this week is, "It is by going down into the abyss that we recover the treasures of life. Where you stumble, there lies your treasure." Joseph Campbell.
Where you stumble, there like, oh man, that's the treasure of knowledge, right?
Right. What are we learning from our experiences? What hard things have we gone through in life that taught us something?
Right. And what's the lesson?
What is the lesson?
So when you get through it and you can look back and see what you needed to learn in that moment.
It really puts a different perspective on the struggle.
Yes.
Very cool. So understanding our past can reveal why we act the way we do now, and our actions now will affect how we behave in the future. We are the result of our experiences. Our negative thoughts, feelings, and reactions today can give us clues with which to begin an investigation into our past.
Our actions now will...
Our actions now will affect how we behave in the future.
Your actions right now decides how you're going to behave in the future.
What kind of person do you want to be? Yeah. So this is that awareness piece that we keep talking about. What are our actions now and how are they affecting us in the future? And these actions come from our past. Yoga is partly about getting to know who we are inside and why we act the way we do. That inner knowing, that understanding of self. Whenever we react automatically to a stimulus, instead of stepping back and acting consciously, we allow our deep triggers, habitual patterns, and mental commotion to determine our reaction. Take a breath.
I wasn't holding my breath. What are you talking about?
To prevent this, we can learn from the suffering our reaction causes, trace our reaction back to its source, and discover what caused it. What happened in my past that made me act this way? Ooh, that's a big mic drop, right?
Right, because not everyone experiences the past or has the same past experience. So I might not understand your reaction to something because of your past.
Right.
The other side of this coin, right?
Okay.
So thinking about that, like,
why are they acting this way? You're right.
It's not
about you. Don't take it personally.
Yes.
What happened in my past that made me act this way? How can I improve myself so that I act in a way I am proud of and feel good about? How does that question make you feel? How can I improve myself so that I act in a way I am proud of and feel good about?
I love this because this is like stuff we teach our kids, right?
Have you guys ever had a reaction to something that you went back and you're like, oh, that was just
No,
bad. And
no.
I totally took that personally,
Yeah.
or, you know,
100%.
but you have to be aware of these things.
Right.
You know, to ask these questions. And
to
then
be able to be aware to the point that like it happens and then like in the middle of it, you're like, whoa, I'm gonna back up off this train. You know, like I don't need to be on this crazy bus.
right?
Right. Like, and you can get to that awareness.
You can. It does take practice.
Yes. It really like it can get better.
It can get better.
Absolutely.
So just as the only way to truly eliminate disease is to remove its cause, so the only way to get rid of a negative and a harmful reaction is to destroy their seeds within us.
So you got to work on the things that spark those negativity.
Right.
So
what are your triggers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just keep peeling back until you find them. And when you find a new one, you just peel it back.
Like,
and it's just a continual thing because you may not know something's a trigger until it happens.
Right.
Right.
Right. And like for me, if my kitchen counters aren't clean, it drives me bananas. Like I can't stand it. And I've gotten a lot better about it because I am aware that this is an issue for me.
Right.
And I keep asking myself, why is this
I laugh
an issue for me?
Because I would like walk into the kitchen in the morning and like walk back out. Nope. Walk into the kitchen. Nope. Walk back in. I'm like, dang it, I just want coffee. Like it is. It's a trigger.
It is.
Yeah. You like having that clean sink. It's a thing.
Yeah, because when I go to prepare coffee in the morning
Start
or when
the
I go
day
to start
off.
my day off, I would like to have my kitchen sink empty.
Past self
And my
is super awesome when they've
countertops.
gotten everything done and the kitchen's nice.
Yeah, I appreciate my past self for doing some of these things sometimes. And instead of getting upset with my spouse or my kids because they didn't do it or whatever, I have either decided to let it go at times and let them deal with it later because sometimes their timeline is not the same as mine.
Right.
And then another thing I've done is like, okay, this just needs to be handled. It's driving me crazy. It will keep driving me crazy if I just leave it.
If I don't
handle
just
it.
handle
so
it.
I'm just gonna handle it.
Right.
So then it's not driving me crazy anymore. So
right. And you sometimes you have to like take it to that next level, right? Like I feel like sometimes our kids and family, they like take it to a certain level. And then but we take it to another level, right? When
your bar is a little bit higher.
A little bit higher.
Let's do the thoughts this week real quick, and then we'll do that one. Discovering where a detrimental thought pattern originally came from can help end it. When I gain insight into the way I think and act habitually, I truly understand myself better, and that is so true. And then third, I will find out what past impressions caused me to react unconsciously and take steps to resolve them. There's some really great exercises this week. If you guys want to hear the whole chapter and things,
head on over to the YouTube channel. Every Sunday, she drops a chapter of this lovely book, and we are nearing the end.
We are nearing the end. The Path of the Yoga Sutras by Nikolai Bachman is it's a practical guide to the core of yoga and its principles and its teachings. And we have great plans coming up for our next book. We are going to do the 4 agreements. We are going to do the whole 4 agreements book. And
we've never done that. We never have made it to the end.
No,
there's more than the 4 basics. Like there's a lot more information in there. Right. So I'm really excited.
And those books are by Don Miguel Ruiz. They're not very big books, but they're big books, if you know what I mean.
You could sit down and just read it, but if you sit down and absorb it, it's a big book. So this is a great transition, right? Training your brain. The brain is like a muscle. When I'm gonna take a breath. The brain is like a muscle. When it is in use, we feel very good. Understanding is joyous. Carl Sagan. So our brain is a lot like our physical body. So when we use our body, we feel better. When we use our brain, we feel better mentally too. So brain fitness it's a real thing. It's like using it is important.
Those games with brain age, like test your brain age. Those are kind of rad.
You like, doing puzzles and they're, it's really good cognitively. And these things help. We liked the word
mentally flexible,
and it can further increase fluid intelligence, which is the ability to problem solve regardless of former knowledge.
I feel like that mentally flexible piece is really important. Being mentally flexible to me means being able to think about different point of views.
And you're quick. Like you're like, oh, I can see that quickly, like because you've been practicing seeing other points of views. When someone gives you their point of view, you can understand it. Like you already have a base to deal with a change in.
Well, I've been in this practice of awareness of myself and the 4 agreements of not taking things personally and things like that for a while. So I can see that the way that somebody else's life story has been is not the same as mine. Their point of view is different than mine. That's okay. They have a different reality than I do.
Yeah. And it's having that actual conversation about that instead of it being like an argument or, taking it personally that they feel differently or that you feel differently.
And then the fluid intelligence piece, the ability to problem solve regardless of former acquired knowledge. This is why we love networking and working together in circles, because the intelligence within each other is so fluid. If you don't have the answers or you don't know where to look for them, I bet you somebody in your circle does.
Right.
We don't have to figure it out alone. We don't have to look through the card catalog in our brains. We don't have to Google it.
We can just talk to our friend and have a connection that knows the answers and that's in the ins and outs and the things you don't know about something. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. So what is the path to changing and growing? So that's this next part. Just taking 20 minutes at a time every day specifically to do cognitive training for yourself. That can be fun. So playing Sudoku, doing crossword puzzles, these they really work your brain out, right?
I have several of these kinds of games on my phone, and I call them my stupid phone games because to me it's like almost like a mindless activity, but it is working my brain. One of them is like math related, and I have never considered myself to be a strong math person, but this helps me practice those skills so that I don't forget math.
Yes, right. That is actually one of the tips, was to like skip the calculator and actually like do the math to like use that part of your brain. Chess, card games, crossword puzzles, reading comprehension, and pattern recognition, math and word problem games. And don't forget there's speed and spatial reasoning too. So video games, Tetris, Jigsaw, mazes are great for that too. It's pretty cool.
And then I see cross training. So actual physical cross training, because you use your brain in different ways to, because cross training, you're literally crossing the parallels of your body, north, south, east, west.
So like moving across the meridians in your body actually helps your brain.
It does.
So
it's one of the things I learned as an autism mom.
Why crawling was so important for babies, because they get that left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right in their brain, back, forth, back, forth. It balances them.
Pretty cool.
Makes them better readers. That's pretty cool. That was a cool thing. Go against the clock. So give yourself a time limit or a deadline on something, because then you're kind of like engaged more. So you're like rapid firing. So you're working that brain out, learning new games. Don't be afraid to try them. You can go online. We have like local game stores that are amazing. Check it out. Like learn something new, because then you're engaging that different parts of your brain.
And a lot of actual game stores have games on the shelf for you to try.
Right. Don't be afraid to ask. Like they will have a place where you can play, and don't be afraid to try a new game in the store before you even buy it.
Right. If you are not someone who likes to read game instructions and you want them to kind of show you how the game goes and how to play it and stuff,
that's really
some
awesome.
Game stores really do that.
They do. They'll sit down and teach you how to play the game. And now there's a lot of YouTube videos
There
too.
is. Yeah.
So if I have a hard time figuring out a game, or it's been a while since I've played it, I'm like, we're gonna pull up the YouTube video, watch how to play again. Okay, we're good. Let's go. All right. So choose a program. So you can there's programs out there that actually will help your brain. Keep it social. I like that. And this one was kind of intense for me, because with my brain, with the history of brain trauma, memorizing a song or a poem once a week, I was like, ooh, I wonder if that's really something I need to work on, memorizing things again.
Now, when I was in elementary school, I think my brother, who's 2 years older than me, he was in like 4th or 5th grade. He had to memorize a poem for school. And so he memorized Thumb Face by Shel Silverstein. And we practiced with him and practiced with him and practiced with him. And to this day, me, my brother, and our older sister know all the words by heart. Like at least most of them. Like it's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because
over and over,
like 1,000 times to make sure that he could recite it from memory for school, because that was the thing. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we have for you this week. Isn't that exciting?
The book Heather has here is 52 Small Changes for the Mind by Brett Blumenthal. It is pretty amazing. If you guys are interested in either of these books, head over to our website at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. Pick up your copy and you can follow along. And like I said, our next book's going to be the 4 Agreements, and we are going to do the companion book with that.
Yes. We're going to dig deep.
Yes.
It's going to get juicy.
It is going to get juicy, and I can't wait. If you guys have a suggestion for us to do for the next round, because the 4 Agreements will take us into the new year, let us know.
Yeah, we have some ideas coming, but we would love some suggestions.
Absolutely.
You know, we want you to join us here at the table and be part of the conversation.
Yes, because we do this for you. As entrepreneurs, we feel it is our duty to give. This quarter's cause of the quarter is the Tears Foundation. The Tears Foundation seeks to compassionately lift a financial burden from families who have lost a child by providing funds to assist with the cost of burial or cremation services. They also offer parents comprehensive bereavement care in the form of grief support groups and peer companions. To find out more or to donate today, go to thetearsfoundation.org. We love bringing these tools of positive mindset to you guys every week. So head over, download the podcast, and we will see you next time.
Namaste.
Mwah. Thank you for joining us today on the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. Please download the podcast on your favorite podcast player. We love you, and we will see you next time. Namaste.